Hello, this is John Piper with the weekend video clip, and it's Saturday the 14th of June. Let's get rid of this little mess. I have a few general points to make first, before we look at the charts in any kind of detail. Looking at Wall Street, we've seen this massive rally. Now, of course, some of that's come from the oversold condition that we saw before, but it seems to me that the main impetus is the idea that interest rates are going to be cut, and the general theory seems to be that the economy is in a pretty bad way, maybe in intensive care, but interest rates are going to be cut, so that means we must all buy the market. It's of course not quite that simple, but a market bought on that basis does seem to be a somewhat tenuous linkage to actually seeing appreciable gains. Now, just keep this in mind, this rally in mind quickly. This is Wall Street from around the 1st of June, a solid rally going ahead. And we switch quickly to gold. Obviously, basically a very similar action, in fact. Same kind of pullback, same kind of advance again. So we've got gold and Wall Street acting in harmony, which is pretty unusual. But again, gold also likes lower interest rates because it means that money is less attractive and gold becomes more attractive in comparison. One other point I want to make here on gold is this video. This video is the Karat Crypto team newsletter from the 4th of July, so you can search it and find that. Right, so you can see the name of the video there, which allows you to find it. I will post the URL in the description of this weekend video. Starting from about 5 minutes 25 in the video, Brian McGinty explains how the guarantee will work on KBC, and you know, it's in black and white, but it does explain that they will actually allow conversion of KBC into 1 gram of gold per KBC, how that will take place, and as you can currently buy KBC for I think 9 cents or 8 or 9 cents as I speak, that means that if you want to buy gold, then rather than paying 40 cents, you can pay 9 cents. Okay, you're not actually buying gold, you're buying KBC. There are additional risk factors, but we're talking about 3 or 4 weeks here. The company has proved itself very adept at doing many things over the last 10 years or so. Very successful company. It's, as far as I'm aware, never let anybody down on a promise it's made. And certainly, as a way of buying gold, I think KBC makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying you should bet the ranch on it, but if you want to get involved in gold, and maybe you're considering buying options on gold, I think a 9 cent option that's everlasting, in effect, is not a bad thing. And I certainly think this company will be alive and well this time next year. Hard to look much further ahead than that, but I think it's a pretty solid way of going about it, as long as ever you don't risk more than you can afford to lose, which is always the... But I suggest you just watch the video yourself, draw your own conclusions. Any questions, send them through. But I continue to recommend KBC. I mean, I recommended it first back in, I think, February 2018, when you could buy 1 KBC for ½ cent. And I've continued to recommend it ever since as it's gone up. Uhura bought in, I think, about 1.4 cents. And you know, it's continued to be, it's gone up and down, but it's continued to appreciate since I bought it. And I believe the next few weeks we're going to see continued growth as this guarantee gets nearer. The guarantee, in fact, is not in monetary terms. It's in basically guaranteeing that they will exchange your KBC for gold. Initially digital gold, and you can exchange digital gold for real gold via. Karatbars will actually supply you with actual gold, and Bullion by Cash, which is a company in the UK I've used quite a bit, will exchange your physical gold for about 95% of its value, its sales value. I mean, obviously there's a bit offer spread when you actually deliver raw bullion, so it all seems to make sense to me. Anyway, we're going to look at the charts. Right, having made those 2 general points I wanted to make, we'll now look at the charts. So I'm still counting this as a complete 5 from the low in December around 3,000. This is a clear ABC, no doubt about that. What is in doubt is whether this is actually a corrective move. It could still be a B wave, I mean, certainly we've got an ABC here, A, B, C, and a B. So it still counts as a C of some description, but it just keeps on going up. I mean, you can have a regular ABC, so it could make new highs and then a C wave decline come in. Or it could in fact be a fifth wave. There were alternative counts I discussed. So it's a little bit open right now. I've got no doubt that there is a correction due quite soon. Whether it started, i.e. whether it's coming from here, or whether it's going to start from somewhere up here, remains to be seen. Nor am I in any actual real doubt that we're going to see a very substantial rally once the correction is over. Having said that, there is a concept of inexactitude I mentioned a few times. We don't have a clear picture into the future, but I mean, certainly these chart patterns look very convincing, and there is all the background information. So yes, Bitcoin's a great buy. If we see a decent correction, that'll be the best opportunity to buy. I mean, it could just keep going up, but that would not be a huge surprise. But I mean, so far the chart patterns have been pretty good. I mean, the correction we've seen, this ABC, doesn't really count as a wave 2. I mean, this wave here, which I'm counting as wave 4, is bigger in terms of time and price, pretty much, in fact. So if this is, say, a fourth wave on the way up, which Bill Adlard actually had an alternative count and also fits in with the Ethereum count, then this could be an impulsive move. If so, this is probably wave 3. The fast action may in fact already be behind us, but it would make new highs before the correction comes in. So a little bit confusing right now. The broader strategy remains intact, no real change, but we may see a new high, maybe the fifth wave, and the correction may be ahead of us rather than being already half over, as it were. Right, I mentioned KBC. This is a chart of KBC on Konergy. This is the action over the last month approximately, and you see we see a decent thrust up there. So from about on this chart, this is a chart of Bitcoin from about 4. You can't see the digits, can you? Anyway, this is around 0.00004. It's gone up to 0.0001, so it's easily doubled. Clear ABC decline here, and now this looks pretty impulsive. So I think the rally into the 4th of July has begun, and I expect to see the price certainly. It's currently about 8 cents. I think given this rally, we could easily see 15-20 cents, and possibly even 40 cents, I suppose. I think it's probably a little bit unlikely. I can't see any reason to buy at 40 cents when the guarantee is at 0.1 gram of gold. Because what's the point, as it were? Because that's all you're going to get. There's no point in buying at that price level. But I think it might well make. I think 20 is quite likely, perhaps, and possibly 30. So we first recommended this, or suggested, I should say, at half a cent back in February 2018, and it's obviously it's now delivering, and I think there's more to come. I do have quite a big holding. I've been doing some very small sales. I mean, sort of 10,000 here, 10,000 there, which is a very small portion of my overall pot of this on this coin. But I think the best thing to do is just to hold on for this rally. Right, gold is another market where we have an alternative count, which could slightly confuse the issue. I counted that as 2 still. So we've got 1, 2. Now I put 3 to there, but it's possible 3 actually went up to here, in which case this would be a 4. And this would be a 5. In the sense that this is a key resistance level around 1360, 1370, that count might make more sense. It all depends on this correction. This count would allow this correction to continue, maybe even take out this low here around 1320. That is key support. Could even go below that, in fact. So the rally through here may be delayed. Again, no overall change to the broad approach. I think we're going to break out. It's just a question of when we break out. Under the count, this is actually a wave 1 of 3. Then, I mean, the correction could almost be over already. It's even possible that the low here, in fact, you could count 5 O's up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that the correction we're seeing could be of the whole move from the August lows. So the few alternatives here. Each of them calls for a correction, but of three different sizes. But the key thing to focus on is that once that correction is over, however long it might be, that the breakout should be pretty significant. I would have to say this is a pretty big correction. I would think that probably is wave 2, but it's not totally impossible. It's actually a wave 4 of 5. So still a lot to play for. It's just a question of how this all pans out. So rather similar to Bitcoin, we've got the same kind of consideration on Bitcoin, where the correction could be of various different degrees. Right, the Dow seems to have finally seen a peak here, so that's a wave 1, or some kind of failure, I suppose, but or maybe an irregular ABC. That's quite fuel turn, but A, B. So you expect a bit more downside there, I think, at least to complete the ABC move before that. And finally, look at the DAX. Well, if that's a 1, 2. It's sort of rather subnormal. 3, a possible 4, I suppose. It's all getting a bit messy, really. I think a bit of clarity would be nice, which would let markets phase in and phase out. I think this one's phased out at the moment. We'll have to wait till it phases back in again. Right, that's all for today. Quite a long report today. I found that interesting, useful though, and pretty key stuff, I think. Certainly the potential on gold and Bitcoin are certainly my main focus right now. I mean, KBC is important as well. A lot of stuff going on that's really interesting. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.